Senor Catlin here. We're looking into lesson number 3 on our packet this week, Unit 4, and we got an ant farm. So we got 2 quantities, so we're going to make a little table. We got days, and we got how much of the apple has been eaten by the ants. So it takes them 3 days to do a half of an apple, and at that rate, so continue with that proportion. How many days will it take the ants to consume 3 whole apples? Well, first of all, we got to find the rate at which they are eating apples right now. And so we got to do 3 divided by half, or vice versa, whichever way you want to think about that. So I'm going to do 3 divided by 0.5, and that tells me the relationship here is 6. So I know that I can multiply this number on the right by 6 to get the number on the left, because it's smaller. Half is smaller than 3. So that means that it would take them 18 days. 18 days to finish off that apple. Moving on to number 2. To make a shade of paint called Jasper green, we are mixing green with black. Alright, and it wants to know how much should be mixed with 4 cups of black to make the Jasper green. So another table is helpful for this. We've got green paint and we've got black paint. We know that you have to do 4 green with 2/3 cup of black to get the paint that we want. So let's find our constant of proportionality here. 4 divided by 2/3. For those of you that don't have a calculator like this at home, you can always just do 2/3 as a fraction and then take that number on your screen and divide it by the 4. That's one way to do this. And that'll give you the answer of the reciprocal of what I really want. I want to do 4 divided by 2/3, which would be the same thing as 4 divided by that 0.6 repeating number. You could always get it and then kind of type in a bunch of 6's, and that'll work for you also. So that's just an option. If you don't have the calculator at home like this that allows you to do fraction, which I doubt many of you do, which is fine. I get it. But we can divide and get the answer that essentially they're looking for here, which is roughly about 6. So even if you type in the fraction version of it like this as 2/3, it's probably going to give you a better answer just because I didn't type as many 6's in, right? So it is 6. The constant is 6 here. So we're multiplying by 6 again to get to this side. And it says, how much green paint should we mix with 4 cups of black? Well, if black is 4 times 6, 24. So 24 cups. Pretty easy stuff now that we've mastered all this table action that we've been working on. Okay, I think we can go ahead and finish number 3 also. An airplane's flying from New York to Los Angeles. The distance it travels in miles. Oh, we got another table here. We got miles on one side. It is D. They're going to call those D's. And related to time in seconds, so we got seconds in terms of T's, so T is for time. And the equation says that we can take, to find the D's, we can multiply the T's by 0.15. So I already know this much about my situation already. So it's nice to have the table already set up. How fast is it flying? Be sure to include the units. Well, we know that if we want to know how fast it's flying, we want to put 1 here, right? And that would be 15 hundredths of a mile per second. So it would be 15 hundredths miles per second. That would be our units, miles per second. And then how far will it travel in 30 seconds? Well, we can find that by simple multiplication. 30 times 0.15 times 0.15. And that gives us 4.5, so we know it's going 4.5 miles in that amount of time, 4.5. And then how long will it take to go 12.75? So if I wanted to go 12 3/4, I wouldn't multiply, I would divide by 0.15. So 12 3/4 divided by our 0.15, and that gives us our answer, which is 85 seconds. So we know it would take 85 seconds for it to go that far. And that was 3 problems in 1 video. Go me.